What's up, everybody? So today is April 10th, 2022. I forgot what I was doing there for a second. But let's go over a weekly outlook video for the week, see what we got going on here. And let's start off today with gold and what looked like a bit of a breakout. And it's funny, too, because I was then last week, Thursday, was in our accelerator group in the chat room. And there I was like, man, gold has been in a range, and those Fridays, a lot of times is the day it busts out and make a move. And I think we just got started here, potentially moving forward for gold. So we'll see. We broke out of this. Let me go back to a bigger time frame here. We broke through this resistance here. And now the big question is whether or not we're going to have the follow through. So you can see momentum's pointing higher, this 2-hour time frame, CCI taking us higher. And now we've already broken out of, multiple resistance lines. But the question is, like I just said, is are we going to have the follow through on this move or not? So if you go into a shorter time frame here on, say, 15-minute, you can really see the move. To me, it looks like it's begun for sure. Let's see, 0.07. There we go. And that's what we're looking at here for some sort of dip or pullback. Don't be surprised when the market starts if we don't get some sort of move here before the next move higher. But the flip side of that is a lot of times market open Sunday is going to be the end. You're going to see that push and follow through of where the market's left off on Friday. So have some alerts here set for cryptos going on already for the weekend. So that's what we're looking at on gold. So let's go to the flip side of that and look at some of these dollar pairs. And here is Euro USD, which we have gotten quite a breakdown, actually a pretty big breakdown. We'll go over to the dollar index on these euro pairs, but ending out the week last week, looking at the DXY, had this nice little wick too. And this would really kind of correlate with what we're looking at in gold. Of course, a lot of the DXY is going to be based on what's happening in the euro. But, you see this nice rejection wick. And if gold continues to move higher, that could be a signal that Euro USD could be coming to a nice bounce here. See, here we are on this level of nice resist or support level right there. Am I saying it's going to last? I'm saying we might get a bounce. Okay, so there we are in euro. Let's take a look at the pound GU. Super similar structure here. You can see we made some pretty significant lows. We're making lower lows and lower highs fairly consistently. So, and we're trading in the middle of this channel here. So the question is, are we going to continue with this this movement lower, or are we going to bounce? Which, if we're looking at the correlations here with euro dollar, seems pretty likely. So let's go back over here to the 2-hour time frame, and this would match up super. It would align very well with us being in the center of this range right now. So what does that mean? Well, a lot of these commodity currencies like New Zealand, Aussie, started to see a bit of a pullback after being crazy bullish for quite some time. But if we're looking at it in this way, well, we could have, and especially looks like this right here on the 4-hour time frame, just made a lower high. It might be prepping up for boom, boom, do. You can see here this hammer candle, inverted hammer, to challenge these former highs, or maybe we make push higher before the low, right? So especially in the daily, maybe even might make a head and shoulder pattern. We'll see. seems super likely. Now let's take a look at the CAD. Here's dollar CAD. And I really like this setup specifically for that reason. Here we are on the 4-hour time frame. There it is. Man, this looks awesome for some shorts. So this would line us up perfectly with what I was just talking about in terms of dollar weakness, even if it's temporarily. And you can see here we retested this level of, man, this is just super nice. Shout out to Greg too in the accelerator and the fast track program. We had been mapping this out for a couple of weeks now. If you see this video, man, if finally you can see this yellow box, we'd mapped out this area for potential sell zone and just tagged it perfectly, lining up here with momentum. This is exactly what we're looking for, a little push up and some follow through lower. So this would really line up for potential pullbacks against the dollar, like it just lined up. Dollar Swiss, maybe not so much there. Of course, the Swiss is doing its own thing. Same thing with the yen. But if we do see some dollar weakness coming in, this might be the time, especially looking through for this dollar yen. For us failing to break those highs right at this 86.3 Fibonacci retracement. So that's what I'm looking for the week. Going to be looking for some weak dollar setups, gold to push higher. Is it going to happen all at once? No, usually it doesn't work out that way. Sometimes it does, but that's not how it goes. So that's why it's so important to manage your risk, have a sound trading strategy, and actually have some confidence in what you're doing in the system that you can follow. And if you don't have that, and you're kind of shooting from the hip and you're like kind of figuring it out, but kind of figuring it out as you go along and maybe watching a few YouTube videos and taking bits and pieces here and there, you're going to have a very difficult time. So if you want to figure out how to do this and actually have the instructions, guidance, mentoring to help you get funded so you can actually make this a reality, click the link below, join us in the accelerator. Let's make it happen for you. I appreciate you. Let's have an awesome week, everybody. It's going to be a good one, and let's crush it. All right, click the link below. Let's make it happen. Peace.